on YouTube? It's James Schreiber, Fantasy Battle Reports. I got another battle report for you today. It is Cornerhammer GT, round number 4. I couldn't remember what round number this was. Guys, welcome back to Cornerhammer on Shyhammer. And basically, if you guys have caught up to my videos as of today, my practice round I played Vampires, I got my ass kicked. My first round I played Vampires, I got my ass kicked. Second round I played Vermin Swarm, I did pretty good. Third round I fought Vampires again, and I actually pulled out a big win, which was kind of funny and odd. Now round 4, I'm playing. I got moved to another room. All right, the other room is like the top 10, but not the top 3 or whatever tables. And I'm playing against Max Lepora. Now, guys, just a little quick history lesson here between me and Max Lepora. I have yet to play Max on a one-on-one game in a tournament. I have never, ever played Max on a one-on-one game in a tournament. I played him in doubles, but everybody knows doubles doesn't count. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be the first time ever. This is game breaking, okay? So anyways, let's go over my list. Let's go over what Max brought. Let's go over the game and see how we do, all right? So really quick, here we go. Got my army here. We got the Bushwhackers with Bazooka the long shot and Baxter the Pyromaniac in this unit here, with the Forest Goblins with Tomahawks, bows, and blah, yada, 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 yada. Over here I got my 30 Feral Orc Ed Bashers. I forgot that you could take 35, but they have the Green Tide Banner to fight in extra ranks. Over here I got my Iron Orcs, the Iron Boys. The Iron Boys are they're Black Orcs with Mykonos Totem that I forgot I had, and then my General is in there, General Zod. Well, not really Zod, kind of like Rocksteady or whatever his name is. Anyways, guys, really quick, for those of you who know, what jaw is that I have on the head of my General? Because I am probably going to need to rebuy that bit. Anyways, over here, I got my 5 Feral Orc Ed Bashers mounted on boars, quote, end quote. Yeah, these guys are just there for scoring purposes. Over here I got my first spider, the Mother of Dragons, the Breaker of Chains, the Devourer of Slayers, the Eater of Artax, and yada yada yada. More titles. We got the Gargantula Spider, the A-Rock. Over here I got the other Gargantula Spider, the Chicken Rock, Coast to Coast. Over here we got the K-Pack. K-Pack is a 3 Goblin Wolf Chariot unit. Over here we have Mr. Maxwell Lepora himself, Mr. Mooks. Now, for some reason, I think I don't have pictures of his army, so we're just gonna have to do this overview picture. And I think it was, you know, moving rooms, getting started, going right into turn 1. We were playing, what scenario was it? No, he's not deployed yet, or mostly not deployed yet. I have to rethink about what's going on here really quick. It looks like I took turn 1. Again, this has been like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks already since this event has happened. So I'm trying to remember who took first turn. How did this happen? What happened here? Yeah, I think I took turn 1. Yep, I did. Okay, so let's go over what he has really quick. Okay, on the far left, on the top of the hill, that is 5 Wolf Riders. Goblin or Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. Okay, now underneath he has those blue guys. Those blue guys are incarnates. He has a unit of 5 there. Now if you go where his first hand is, there's another unit of 3 there, and then where his other hand is another unit of 5. So he has 13 incarnates. 13 incarnates, holy shit. Then he has a unit of, I'm going to call them blunderbusses because I'm a racist bastard, but I don't know what the differences between the guns are, so they're all blunderbusses to me. But he has a unit of blunderbusses, another unit of blunderbusses. He has a unit of slave orcs, another unit of slave orcs. Then he has his level 4, I want to say alchemy. He had, oh, you know what? I can just pull up his list. What the fuck am I doing? God, James. I got it over here. Max Lepora. Yeah, he does have alchemy. No, that's alchemist alloy. Nope, I take it back. He does have alchemy. Alchemy Prophet, Wizard Master, four spells: Binding Scroll, Magical Heirloom, and Willow Ward, and Shield. He has his BSB with the Talisman Shield, Alchemist Alloy. He has 19 Infernal Warriors with blunderbusses. Haha, I was right with the Flaming Standard. 10 Warriors, blunderbusses. I wasn't making this shit up. He has 2 Flamethrowers, gunnery teams, and then he has 2 volley guns. Alright. So, as you can see, this isn't really finished deployment here, but we're playing the 2 points. What is that called? Fuck. I'm always forgetting. Secure target. There it goes. Secure target. So as you can see, there's 2 tokens on the table. One's behind my army, one's ahead of his army. And we're going to... I think I just threw them out there. I don't think that's where we placed them. But we're going to go ahead and show you what's going on here. Now, I did take first turn. So on first turn, as you can see, this is how he finished deploying. And I forgot what the deployment type was. It might have been... I don't think it was classic. It might have been the one where we had to, like, I drop one, he drops one, I drop one, he drops one, maybe. It might just be classic. It might be classic. I don't remember. Anyways, so going on from here, I remember what happens. Okay, guys? Promise. 6 minutes wasted. Alright, so as you can see, he deployed like that. Now, the Incarnates are still frenzied, so that my Vanguard, my whole Vanguard, was based on the fact that he still frenzies. So I Vanguard up my dogs, and I leave them in a spot where I really don't care if my dogs die. My dogs are going to die anyways, but I'm really just trying to bait that frenzy from his Incarnates. That is why my Vanguard went up. If he rolls a higher number than I do and he gets first turn, and he fails a frenzy check, it should be an easy enough charge where he's going to get into my dogs, or I'm going to flee and get away from him. Or if he charges, which is the truth, what I want him to do is if he charges with the frenzy check, gets in, it puts him in a very, very easy counter charge range, and those Incarnates cannot flee. So that's what I did. I'm playing with it. It's a gamble. If I lose my dogs, oh well. We're going to go to turn 1. Oh, we got Magic. Magic, he got Word of Iron, Molten Copper, Corruption of Tin, and Silver Spike. Basically, I got all the Fireball stuff because it's not really going to matter too much on flaming shit. But, let's go to turn 1. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. I won the roll-off. So, turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Now, that thing in the middle that the Chicken Rock is next to is actually, we're playing it as a water terrain. I know it doesn't look like water, but that's what we're playing it as. Which... I'm like, whatever, at least the spider could go in there, no problem. I left my dogs right where I wanted them because I want him to fail that charge. And basically, I'm really playing with the movement here. I don't want any counter charges or any charges into me until I'm ready to charge. So that's what I'm doing. Magic, I go ahead and I do a fireball first, and I go ahead and I kill off a couple of these damn hobgoblins. Over here shooting, I'm going to go ahead and shoot for Bazooka and the Horde from the hill, and I kill off the hobgoblins right there. Get rid of his chaff before they get in my way. Over here, I'm going to shoot these guys. Why not? They have bows and guns and shit. I'm going to shoot them into the Incarnates. I end up doing 2 wounds out to the Incarnate. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. That shouldn't have worked. And it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn, or I'm sorry, his turn. Infernal Dwarves turn 1. Infernal Dwarves turn 1. Here it goes. Max fails the frenzy check on the top of the hill. That one unit on top of the hill was just outside of the BSB range and failed the frenzy, so he charges in, and I believe I fled because what ends up happening here is if I flee, which I did, he's going to fail charge and come closer to my Black Orcs. And I'm just like, sure, why not? Fuck it. So, he's going to go ahead and fail the charge, like so. And this just sets me up for counter charges, which is exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. So, what he does is he plays the chaff game on the right side. He chaffs up the savages. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get in. And he just has enough to chaff the A-Rock as well, which kind of sucks. Now, it's funny because right before this game started, I want to say I was talking to Joseph Abel, which is an Infernal Dwarf guy on Team Mexico, but it might have been somebody else. It might have been Phil Carl or Nick Creep or somebody, but they were just like, holy shit, you have to fight Max? And I was like, yeah. They're like, how are you going to deal with incarnates? All those incarnates. It's 13 incarnates. And I said, spiders. And he goes, what does he have to kill your spiders? I go, incarnates. I've played this match before. I played Joseph a lot of times, but I played this match before with Infernal Dwarves where I realized that the incarnates could kill my spider, but my spiders can kill the incarnates. And it's a pretty even match, units going at each other. So that's kind of a fun thing to try out. But anyways, let's go over his magic. Magic, he gets molten copper, and he rolls triple sixes, triple trump dice. Those damn trump dice. And he gets it off onto my Black Orcs, but he only kills off one dude. I don't think he really suffered that much on the miscast, though. Over here, shooting, he ends up shooting the rocket battery into my chariots here. They only do 2 wounds, and here goes turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Tell me I did it now. Tell me I did it now. I did do it now. I called the Wog! I'm going to Wog. I'm going to charge the Iron Orcs into the Incarnates. The Spider into the Incarnates. Now I know for a fact the K-Pack won't fit, or if they get into a flank, it really doesn't do me any benefit. But what I really need to get rid of is those rocket batteries, because those rocket batteries, they keep dropping rocks or dropping missiles onto my spiders. My spiders are dead. Alright, so I'm going to charge the K-Pack, which only needs like maybe a 7 or an 8 or so to get into the rocket battery. I'm going to charge, I believe, the A-Rock into the Hobgoblins on the right, and I think I did the Savages just for the hell of it. Anyways, so everybody gets in except for the K-Pack. The K-Pack fails the charge, and there's no picture for that, unfortunately. I want to double check. Yeah, I failed that charge. Alright, magic, I ended up rolling a 1 on the magic flux, and what ends up happening is I get 4 dice, 3 tokens, so I turned that into 5 dice. Okay, now I only had like a fireball that could reach, because I think everything else was out of reach, and then I have like Scorching Salvo, which nothing could reach, Cascading Fire, which nothing could really reach. So the fireball was the only thing that could reach besides my hereditary spell. The thing is, I have this list right here, and I knew this was going to happen. I kind of knew this was going to happen. I have this list here, and he's looking at my spells, and he's like, ah, nothing reaches. So I throw a fireball out to try to blow up his war machine, and he's like, I'll just stop that, and he stops it. And I was like, alright, I'm going to do my hereditary spell. And he's like, shit, I forgot you had that. So I go ahead and I throw it down, I put it onto the freaking incarnates here, and yeah, those incarnates are not, they've seen better days. Alright, over here at close combat, my savages destroyed the hobgoblins. This is where the new rules kind of mixes with the old rules, because he, under the wording, we actually had to get a TO for this, but under the wording, he's saying that the savages need to overrun. I said, under the current frenzy rules, they wipe out the unit, they don't have to overrun. And he's like, if they have to check an overrun test, they would have to overrun. And I'm like, there is no overrun because there's nothing to test on. Anyways, we called the TO. TO said no, they don't have to overrun. They just kind of turn here, which I think would have changed his plan just a little bit. Anyway, so they just kind of turn and face like so. Over here, close combat. Whoo! He actually did put on quite a beating on my Iron Orcs, and as you can see, my Chicken Rock bob and weaved. He went to the right side, the Iron Orcs went to the left side, so they crisscrossed like so. But he ended up killing off the back row of Iron Orcs, which was like 6 guys. My Iron Orcs go and just wipe out. I mean, I think between the Iron Orcs and the Space Rock, just literally, I think I decimated that unit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Alright, so I'm going to overrun. Now, I'm going to overrun with both just for the fuck of it. Why not? This is only turn 2, by the way. So I overrun with the Space Rock. Space Rock fails to get clip into the blunderbusses, but my Iron Orcs overrun like 11 and get right into that rocket battery. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's horrible. And I love it at this moment because people are walking into the room and they like see my Ironworks and my spider on the other side of the table, and they're like, "What turn is this?" It's turn 2, Infernal Dwarves. Infernal Dwarves turn 2, he charges in the Incarnates into the flank of the Space Rock. Now, the good news is, in the Iron Orcs is my General, so my General is going to give my Space Rock a good defensive stubborn check, leadership for stubborn check. He charges his other Incarnates on the right into the A-Rock, and this is the fights I wanted. I wanted the Spiders to fight the Incarnates. Now, he has those 2 Flamethrower guys, and he has a shit ton of guns coming at my Savages, and he has his Orc boys blocking and chaffing my Savages. I'm hiding my you can see my Boar boys, my Dino boys behind the hill just to hold the objective, and then my other guys on top of the hill really don't give a flying fuck about shit. He makes my freaking Chicken Rock flammable with his I think it might have been those like flamethrower guys or his spell. And then these guys over here, they're gonna, yeah, it was his spell. These guys over here, they're gonna start shooting their fucking fireballs and shit into their flames, into my into my Feral Orcs. Kills off a holy shit ton of them, like 8 of them. 8 of them. Blunderbusses start shooting, they start killing a couple more, and these, he is just going to town on my naked Savage Orcs. Over here, close combat. Woo! He ends up putting on 3 wounds onto the spider, but I got the venomous jaw off. It goes through, kills off one of his Incarnates outright. The rest, I do a couple more wounds. I just had it was a hot dice. Freaking A-Rock just eats up the Incarnates. And I think I actually win combat, which makes him crumble a little bit more. Over here, though, it was the exact opposite. He racked up 6 wounds onto the fucking Space Rock right away. I only did like a wound or 2 back. No, I killed one. But he wins combat. He has a charge, a flank, 6 wounds. I only have like maybe 3 wounds. I stick because I'm stubborn. I turn around, and as you can see, my Iron Boys kill the freaking War Machine in turn as well. And it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Charge it in. The Iron Boys into the freaking Incarnates to help out my spider. I figured, whatever, let's do this. I charged my Savages into those Orcs because why not? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get rid of his little flamethrower dudes with my skirmishers. Magic. I end up throwing a fireball into his rocket battery, end up doing 2 wounds to it. Go ahead and I do, I think, a scorching salvo. Oh, no, the attribute. The attribute into the flamethrower because I couldn't reach the rocket battery does a wound. Now I do scorching salvo. Scorching salvo into everything that's in range. And I end up doing, look at that, 3 to his blunderbusses, 1 to his other flamethrower, and I think that was about it. Shooting, I'm going to go ahead and shoot Bazooka and the boys into this flamethrower, does another wound, but he's still fucking alive. Over here, close combat, woo! He ends up racking up another couple wounds onto the A-Rock. The A-Rock eventually eats the unit, though, and I'm able to just turn and reform. And I don't know why I reformed like the way I did, but I did what I did. Anyways, Savages just wiped out those fucking Orcs. Wiped them out. Battle focus, impact hits. It was just a massacre. I wiped out the Orcs. As you can see, I am not shitting you. There was 20 Orcs. There's only 1 remaining, and that 1 remaining is running away right now. He actually rallies, though. That 1 guy rallies later on. Man, on the left side, if you could see it, what ended up happening was the Iron Orcs and Space Rock finished off the freaking Incarnates. I believe my General was fastest because he had the charge. So he killed another Incarnate, and then that last one couldn't do the last 2 wounds onto the Space Rock, so I ended up wiping out the unit. My Iron Orcs overrun right into the flank of his blunderbusses there, and I end up turning the Space Rock this way because reasons. I don't remember what the reason was why I turned her this way. There's something, like I think I wanted to watch maybe get like set up a rear charge. I think that's what it was. It was just so he couldn't really get out of line of sight of stuff, and then I know my spider is dead anyway, so I just kind of turned her. Oh, I remember what it was, because if I had her facing everybody else, she's within the panic range of the K-Pack. The K-Pack is behind her, so if I turned her, she would be in range. So I had to turn her like this, so she's just outside of the panic range. Alright, let's go start off his turn. Infernal Dwarves turn. Oh shit, I lost my picture. Where did I lose my pictures at? Got that. Alright, here we go. Infernal Dwarves turn 3. Infernal Dwarves turn 3. Ah, man. So, yeah, you can see there's a better picture of the K-Pack. So he moves orcs up top to chaff my orcs once I destroy this unit. He's checking line of sight so I don't charge into the flank stuff. He's moving his blunderbuss, his chaff into the savages, but he's going to give himself another turn of shooting. That's what he's doing. He's playing the range game right now because he can't fight me in a full-on fight at the moment because I got in too fast, too quick. Over here, he does a silver spike into the A-Rock, does a couple wounds. Over here, he starts shooting into my freaking savages. He made them flammable, and he's just going to start ripping them apart. Rocket Battery shoots into the Space Rock, kills the Space Rock. She only had 2 wounds left. Right here, oh no, I think it was already my turn. It's going to be Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I start shooting into him. I do another wound onto this guy. I think I killed this guy with the shooting. Over here, close combat. As you can see, I killed his blunderbusses in the last turn. I overran into his orcs, and my iron orcs are just decimating his regular orcs. They're gonna flee. Now here's another thing that happened because of the change in rules. The old rules would have been he would have fled center to center and he would have ran towards the table edge basically, whereas for me I would have turned center to center and I wouldn't be able to hit his unit. Current rules, it says we're running straight back, so since we're running straight back, my iron orcs are gonna hit his flank of his main bunker. Kind of sucks because I kind of agree with him on the old rules, like you turn, you chase. You know what I mean? I mean, but at the same time, this was just the way the dice in the tables worked. It was just in my favor. So I'm gonna overrun. I get into the flank of his main bunker with my iron orcs. My iron orcs have been on a rampage the whole fucking game. There's my savages charged in, but as you can see, my savages are pretty fucking dead because he's been shooting the shit out of me. So savages end up doing only a couple wounds onto his blunderbusses, and I think he actually he runs. I was hoping he stuck because if he would have stuck, I wouldn't have gotten shot on his turn. But he ends up running. I overrun, and he actually gets away like so. My A-Rock is alive. Why is my A-Rock alive? I don't know what's going on with these damn pictures. I'm sorry, I'm so out of it. Anyways, he only overran like 5 inches, but I overran 2. So he still has another round of shooting. He's going to start off his turn. Infernal Dwarves turn 4. Infernal Dwarves turn 4. Turns the flamethrower around to try to finish off my savages. His general's unit's in a bunch of danger just because he's in the forest. I have a flank charge with my general's unit. It's going to be nasty magic. He gets a 4 on the flux. He rolls triple 3s on giving these guys Word of Iron, which it goes off, and nothing really happens. He loses maybe a guy or 2 to the miscast. Over here, shooting, he's going to go ahead and shoot into my spider, ends up doing a couple more wounds. She's still alive, though. Yeah, she's still alive. Alright, over here, these guys are going to continue shooting into my savages. My savages are down to just the champ, the musician, and the standard bearer. Oh man, over here, close combat. Woo! I think do I whiff? No, I didn't whiff. Yeah, I do a couple wounds. I think a challenge just for the hell of it because my general's a beast. And he declines, and I just wipe out his unit basically. I think I just win by combat res. I don't even think I needed to do too much. Because I have a charge of flank and he doesn't have any characters on the flank. I have the banner, the extra rank, the big flank, and then I do, maybe 4 wounds or 5 wounds. So he's going to break, he's going to run, I'm going to chase, and I believe I end up chasing him down and getting his units. Go start off Orcs and Goblins turn 5. Orcs and Goblins turn 5. Look at that, the K-Pack! K-Pack is coming back. K-Pack is charging into the flank of his blunderbusses. I don't think I charged the savages in. I think I just like fuck that. They're toasted, and the K-Pack will get in. And at that moment, we just call the game because all that's left is his one rocket battery, and a flamethrower, and then the K-Pack's gonna wipe out that unit. And yeah, that's only turn 5. Wow, it was a massive Orcs and Goblins victory. Mooks, thanks for the game, buddy. Like I said, it's the first time I ever got to play a Max, so that was a interesting match. You know, that was just that was brutal for the Infernal Dwarves. Overall, just getting that giant charge in turn 2 was just massive, and that frenzy check. Honestly, it all came down to that frenzy check. If he didn't fail the frenzy, I'm pretty sure he would have been on my flanks. If he didn't lose his chaff in the beginning, he would have been in my way, and he would have definitely been flying around me and running circles around me. But the dice gods were just in my favor that turn 1, turn 2. So that gives me a huge win. I get a 20-0 win. I'm on both objectives. Yeah, and yeah, and that's that. Alright guys, so that's it for this game. This is another one in the books. I did not expect to do this well in Cornerhammer. I really came with a fluffy list, I felt like I was just coming for fun, but all of a sudden I'm on the top tables. I'm on table number 3 now, and I have to play dun 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 Mr. Chris Mintz. Chris Mintz was actually prepared for a picture this time. He doesn't let me take pictures of him like I always catch people off guard. I like catching people off guard. But he was like, nope, I know you're going to take this picture. Go for it. I was like, fuck you, goddamn. Alright. And we're going to go over that game in the next video. Alright, guys. So, if you guys like this video, hit like, share, subscribe, and all that such. Guys, if you can, help me out. I'm going to Croatia. I need anything could help. Show some support by donating $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever it is, because this trip is going to be a pain in my ass with money. But if I can make it work, I'm going to make it work, and that's what I'm trying to do, guys. So anything on my Patreon would be more than appreciated. If you don't feel, if you're not up for Patreon, you could message me. I'll send you a PayPal information if that was something more that you're willing to do. But anything right now, guys, would be a great help for me to get out there. Besides that, guys, like I said, I'm going to the top tables. This is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a really tough game. There's some great memorable moments in the next game, though. There's great memorable moments in this game, too. Freaking turn 2, wog charge. I think it was like a 10, too, which was like a pretty hard one to get into. Anyways, yeah, like, share, subscribe. MVP, but MVP is a very easy MVP. It is actually my Ironworks. My Ironworks ripped apart his whole fucking army. I mean, my Ironworks ripped apart his whole, like, from the left flank. Look at that. They started from the bottom left corner and then in the top right corner. That should tell you how far those Ironworks traveled. Alright, guys. Besides that, I think everybody else did a good, solid job, and except for the K-Pack really didn't do much. They killed the blunderbusses at the end, but it is what it is. Alright, guys. Until next time, take care, and peace.